Hey, you, have you ever noticed how many dreams are stopped by a single word? That word is too, as in too old, too late, too difficult, too risky, or simply too uncomfortable. It's a small word, but it quietly shuts down ideas before they ever begin. And many of us live inside what I like to call the illusion of too. We tell ourselves we can't start something because it's too hard, or it will take too long, or maybe it's simply too scary. Maybe you think you're too young, or too old, too inexperienced, too busy. But here's something worth asking yourself. How many of those limits are real, and how many exist only in your mind? Now, to be fair, sometimes things really are too. If something is too dangerous or too expensive, those are real barriers. Health and finances can create limits that we have to respect. Those aren't illusions, those are facts. But many of the barriers we run into aren't facts at all. They're stories we tell ourselves. And those stories can quietly build walls inside our minds. Once those walls are in place, that's when two becomes dangerous. And ordinary risks start to feel much larger than they actually are. Let me ask you something. How many times have you stopped yourself because you were afraid of what people might think? Maybe you've thought about starting a business, or writing a book, or changing your career. And then the voice in your head says, what if I fail? What will people say? What will they think of me? These questions feel powerful in the moment, but when you step back and look at them closely, something interesting happens. Most of them don't actually matter. In a world where scandals and headlines change every single day, people are constantly moving on to the next thing. The truth is, most people are simply too busy living their own lives to spend much time thinking about yours. Unless you succeed. Then those same people will either be inspired or jealous. And in either case, they'll happily forget to look back at your start. The famous writer Stephen King was rejected by publishers dozens of times before his first novel was accepted. Today, no one remembers his rejections, only his wonderful stories. So the next time you find yourself hesitating to begin something new, pause for a moment. Look carefully at the barriers in front of you. Are they real? Or are they part of the illusion of two? Because sometimes the biggest obstacle in front of us isn't the challenge itself, it's the story we've told ourselves about it. And once you see that story clearly, you might discover something surprising. The barrier you thought was blocking your path was never really there at all. Let's test this. What's one thing you've been telling yourself is too hard? Now ask yourself, is it a real barrier or is it just a story? If it's just a story, then it's time to rewrite it. You are the author of your life. You have the power to do that. Drop a note in the comments and tell me about a time when two almost stopped you. Remember, you're not just coping, you're rising with Stepwise Living.